ago, this was a time when Snake used to cruise around wearing sunglasses. This was a time when Monkey would go to McDonald's. I did not say McDonald's, I said McDonald's, there's a difference. And he would always ask for his favorite. Can I have a banana milkshake, please? Well, there was a donkey. And this donkey was walking around one day. It was an old donkey. And the donkey happened to see Snake coming from the other side. And donkey, not being able to see properly, saw Snake. And Snake opened up its mouth and he saw its sharp teeth. Let me explain. Snake was just coming from the dentist. And he wanted to show off his teeth to donkey. But donkey, being scared, turned around, tripped up and fell and landed into a well. And started to cry out. Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. Well, Snake, knowing man all too well, thought, I'm not sticking around here, and Snake went off. The owner of the donkey started to hear the noise and came out the window and was like, can this donkey shut up? Well, he came out, not being able to see his donkey, and he followed the noise to the bottom of the well. And he looked down, and he started to pace up and down thinking, how am I going to get this donkey out? After some time passed, he came up with a solution. The well is all old and dried up. It's not being used anymore. The donkey is old and is probably going to die soon. So I might as well just bury it in the well. And with that thought, he came to your houses and knocked on your doors and asked each and every single one of you to grab your shovels. And you grabbed your shovels and you came to the side of the well and you started digging the dirt and throwing it in the well. Digging the dirt and throwing it in the well. Well, the donkey realized what was happening and thought, hey, don't bury me, and started to panic. Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. Please don't bury me. But the people, obviously not being able to understand donkey language, kept on digging the dirt and throwing it in the well. Digging the dirt and throwing it in the well. Digging the dirt and throwing it in the well. After some time passed, it became quiet. And the man realized that by now the donkey must be buried. And even though he didn't want to, he moved closer and he looked in the well. And he was amazed at what he saw. Each time, dirt was now being thrown into the well. The donkey was no longer panicking and screaming. Instead, the donkey was shaking it off and stepping up. I said the donkey was shaking it off and stepping up. And the owner of the donkey called the people and he said, throw more dirt, throw more dirt. And they threw more dirt, they threw more dirt, they threw more dirt. And each time, now the people would sing a different chant. They would say, shake it off and step up. 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 Until the dirt was at the top, and where was the donkey? Standing at the top of it. He looked at all of them and he went, you done though. Yeah! And he looked around at the people, but he wasn't upset with them. He was not upset with them. He realized that partly, if it wasn't for them throwing the dirt on him, he wouldn't have been able to get to the top. So I ask you this question: what dirt is being thrown at you? And are you shaking it off? And are you stepping up? That's my time. Peace out.
When I sucked the slice of all-purpose cloth through the takeaway coffee cup, I groaned. Fibres soaked in caffeine and skimmed milk froth. In the south of London, the price is low. I'd sworn that something was wrong with the lid. Couldn't believe she'd sabotage my throat. Thick skin preventing overheated sips. Her cut eye flirt smirk. How deep could she go with him? Latte fucker. The change is yours. Accidents happen, D. Don't cause a fuss. We leave to view a flat on the 3rd floor. Spacious rooms, though not enough between us. Deposit too high to cash by. We will call. I love you. A scalded tongue. Decoupled.
very first breath. Your first day on earth is your furthest from death. A cold rolling stone, you know you'll never bleed. You need what you want, you don't want what you need. You swallow the lies of the lullabies. Sweet melodies keep you blind. Twinkling diamonds, they look so high as we look up from the gutter to the sky. We're digging up the truth in the promised land. You want to part the sea, then pull your head from the sand. Trip into the light and let your demons dance alone. We've come a long, long way from home. It's your first day on earth, and you open your eyes. You crawl through the dark, search for the meaning of life. And what is it worth, all this money and time? It's the end of the world. Let's rage against the dying of the light. You follow the piper, but he's turned his back. The captain jumped ship long before the rats. You drown in this plague as your flesh turns to black. Breathless, we are cats in a sack. You swallow the lies of the lullabies. Sweet melodies keep you blind. Twinkling diamonds, they look so high as we look up from the gutter to the sky. We're digging up the truth in the promised land. You want to part the sea, then pull your head from the sand. Trip into the light and let your demons dance alone. You come a long, long way from home. It's your first day on earth, and you open your eyes. You crawl through the dirt, search for the meaning of life. And what is it worth, all this money and time? It's the end of the world. Let's rage against the dying of the light. Let's rage against the dying of the light. Let's rage against the dying of the light.